Hi everyone, let's talk about arrow functions some more. In this video, what I would like to talk about is the this keyword in the context of an arrow function. So first off, what I would like to do is let's go ahead and let's create a function. And I'm going to call this online course. And this is going to have a name key that is going to be JavaScript developer Bootcamp. This is actually my course on Udemy. And if you want to learn more about JavaScript, you can go ahead and just enroll in it. It's like 10 bucks and it's very, very cheap. But you're going to get a lot of projects, a lot of return on investment. The price of it is going to be $10. And the rating is, I believe it's 4.6 or 7, something like that. And number of students, almost 2,300, and I'm going to say 10. So far, these are basically like normal key value pairs within this object. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to define a method within the object. It's not actually a method, it's a function, but I want it to be available on the object. And when a function is available on any kind of object in JS, it becomes a method. And this is one of the ways that you can define custom methods on objects. I'm going to call this update students. And the aim of this function, the entire aim of this function would be to basically increment the number of students. That's it. I'm going to keep it simple because we're talking about arrow functions. And I'm going to make this as an arrow function. Here is the fat arrow. And what it is going to give us first is we are going to take a look at something in the console. And that is the this keyword. And when I save it, console.log, is it in here? Part 2 JS, yeah, it is there. We need to call this function. So I'm going to say online course dot update students. Let's call the function. There we go. So whenever we want to call a this keyword within an arrow function, because the this keyword is not bound to the function, it is invoked in the context of the window or the global object that we have within the JavaScript. And this shows one of the examples and one of the use cases in which arrow function is not actually a good idea. Whenever you want to have access to the this keyword, the this keyword refers, based on how the function is invoked, refers to the current object. And I'm going to show you how this is actually important for us in this example. But first, we need to take a look at this object that we have gotten. This is the window object. And within here, we can see all of the methods that are available for us. This is clear timeout, clear interval. There are some other like find, fetch. So basically, everything you want to do, like all of these on click, on close, these are all the events that we have within the JavaScript. This is called the window object or the global object because everything you want to do with JavaScript is basically hidden within here. And you can see it's like an endless list of methods and functions and properties and a lot of other stuff. And when you click on them, you're going to see some more of them. So this is not something that we want because this keyword in the context of an arrow function, because it's not bound or it's not connected to the function, it shows us the main object of JavaScript, which is the window object. That is what it is showing us. Now, why is this very important for us? It's because if I just say this dot, we can, when I say this dot, because this, depending on how the function is invoked, refers to the object. Keep that in mind. I just talked about that. Now, when I say this dot, I should be able to access all the properties of this online course object. So if I say student, I should be able to access it, and here it is. And I'm going to increase the number by 1. And I'm going to save this. And now we are not seeing that because we are console logging this keyword. Let's go ahead and let's see what the number of students currently is. And for that, I'm going to say console.log online course, we know how we can select a property on an object using the dot notation. A number of students, when I save it, you can see it's 2,310, and it was not incremented. It should have been incremented. The reason that it is not, because this keyword does not refer to this object in this context. It refers to the window. Now, how can we fix this? I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to comment this one out, and I'm going to show you how you can fix that. You can basically convert it into a normal function. And for that, I'm just going to get rid of this colon and get rid of this fat arrow as well. And now when I save it, you can see it just says 2311. And now if you take a look at this context of this function, we can see it prints the object. Again, but this is very important. You need to keep that in mind, that depending on how you invoke a function, that this keyword is going to be different. But in this simple invocation, direct invocation, this keyword refers to the object. Okay, and here is our object. We have name, price, rating, students, and then we have this function. And you can see the prototype is object. And it has incremented the number of students by 1.